Okay, so I was raised actually right here on Blackwater Road. As a child, we used to come to the parking lots and stuff, ride skateboards, bicycles. But no, I wasn't raised with any church, basically not even really any discipline. I've always known that something's greater than me, and I don't know why I knew that, but I've always been pretty quiet. I call myself a wallflower. I listen a whole lot more than I speak. I just think that's one of the talents God gave me. The way I heard about the church, okay, so I run into, before COVID, I actually was diagnosed with vertigo, and it hit pretty hard for a while. I don't hardly drive anymore other than places I know the roads very well. I just don't feel like I can turn my head quick enough and not turn myself into a spin. So to protect myself and other people, I kind of turned a whole lot more into a homebody. Then when COVID hit, that basically shut down a whole lot. So I was becoming more and more homebound. Then after that kind of started lifting, I started having health issues and was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. So then that really locked me up. Between work and home, and my work was just super patient with me. They just dealt with me as I could at work. I was getting in a dark place. For no reason at all, on my cell phone, a Blackwater Methodist Church message popped up, and I knew about it. I live right across the street. I live in Monhegan. And Valerie was talking about a Bible study. And I was knowing I needed to get out of the house. I mean, like I say, things had done closed in on me pretty good. Mental-wise, I wasn't healthy. And so I got in touch with Valerie and set up for the Bible study, and then started sneaking in the back door here at the story, sitting in a back pew, till I just fell in love with all of y'all. I just can't even let y'all know what y'all pulled me out of. I had completely lost all my joy. I've had a few people in here tell me, it is so good to see you smile, and I'm like, I catch myself smiling at home all by myself now. I just can't hardly wipe it off my face. I found my people. I did the one community, but it didn't reach me like this book one, The Good and Beautiful God. I almost feel like, and Dee's told me you don't like to discourage people from starting when they can, but I do feel like you have to start at the beginning. I'm planning on doing this book. Hopefully they're doing the second one next. If they do the third one next, I'm going to redo the third, and then I hear there's a fourth. So this one here it's just meant a whole lot to me. It opens up things that, I find myself talking to people right now about things I've never opened up about before, but it's like brought it to light. The silence is in a lot of ways impossible for me. I'm finding it now. This time is the only time I felt like God actually spoke to me. God talks to me, but it's usually confirmation. It's like something I hear, something I experience, and then all of a sudden, 3-4 more times, like almost immediately, it's like bam, 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 like the exact same message comes, and I'm like, oh, got to pay attention to that one. But this is the first time I felt like God, that I called God, and He spoke to me. Okay, so our assignment was to, try to take 5 minutes a day and just sit in silence. And so it said, to kind of tell how you felt, describe what you did. So I wrote mine. So I wrote, I have tried to sit and be still many times, only my head feels like a pinball machine, and my relationship with God has been lukewarm for a while now. So I sat in my recliner before the sun come up, no sound, no lights, arms extended out, palms up, with a contact between my thumb and middle finger. eyes closed, thinking my way to relaxation, telling my head and neck to soften and relax. Deep breath. Shoulders to relax. Deep breath. While the tension from my chest, wheeling the tension from my chest to my gut, to my legs and my feet, pushing it out of the body. All the while, deep breaths. And for the first time in my life, I heard silence. I whispered in my head to God, I'm listening. At that moment, I was sitting in so much love. Then I realized my fingers felt like they wasn't touching anymore. So I went to pinch them back together, only they were touching. I tried to make sense of the non-feeling between my fingers, and the thought entered, no beginning, no end. In that moment, I realized there was no beginning to when God started loving me, and the feeling, God will never stop loving me, no end. While I sat in this moment, I had the feeling I was sitting at the feet of Jesus. In my head, I whispered again to God, I'm still here. The presence of God was so strong. I felt my hair being touched. I felt nothing but peace. I stayed in that moment a few minutes with tears in my eyes. And so for the next few days, I still was having this feeling of no beginning, no end. So I did what most of us do, I Googled it. In Revelations 1:8, I am the Alpha and the Omega, says the Lord, the one who is, the one who was, and the one who is to come, the Almighty. And I just thought with that news, how could anybody not feel anything but peace and love and serenity? Don't give up. That God is there for us and with us. It's all in His timing.